The next slide I just pushed out now, you see a room. If you look at the picture very well, you see a room full of form of a cabinet, full of cabinets and full of light and everything. That room you see there is a data center. This is an infrastructure. A data center is an infrastructure that house IT equipment. It's talking about especially servers, routers, network cables, but most storages and so many IT infrastructure. You understand me? These are is a dedicated infrastructure. It's a dedicated a service IT service unit that is designed to render 100% IT um, facilities to anybody to use. Like most telecom companies have this data center. A data center is different from a server room, but a server room is a prototype of a data center. So a data center is a gigantic infrastructure designed to put IT equipment, mostly servers, mostly network cables, mostly routers, mostly network. So if you want to access, for example, or for example, where I'm working presently, where I still work now, like the globe, like one of the giant telecom company, they have more rooms, more data centers that is designed to put all their IT equipment. So they have different IT departments that function in this data center. So when I told one of my friends that I work in a data center infrastructure, it was like, what's the data center? So the idea he had in mind is like, okay, maybe I'm operating data, collecting data. It's not like collecting physical data. It's an infrastructure that you can save multiple trillions. We're talking about peta data. We're talking about exact data. We're talking about data of different capacity, high capacity. You understand me? So this is the place, this is the room that they designed for it. You understand me? It's called a data center infrastructure. So it comes in different tiers. It comes in tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, depending on the resistance, depending on the level of fault tolerance. I will explain to you. Okay, let me use a simple language because this class is supposed to design in a comic format. So what I mean by uh, fault means it should not fail for no reason. For example, in a year, you should have the system should be available round the clock, and if it must fail, it must not be more than 20 minutes in 1 year, or not even in 6 years. You should at least have 1 hour failure. You understand me? 1 hour failure in 6 years or in 3 years. So maintaining such infrastructure in some places, especially in Nigeria, that we know that we have power problem, is not an easy thing. It's very expensive. It's also globally because these machines you see, they have heat, they generate heat. If you enter data center, the cooling there is massive because everything you see there is machines. You understand me? So this is what make up cloud. So when most telecom companies, most big companies, IT companies, they set up a building and put all these server inside and make sure that these servers can be accessed physically. And you understand me? So when you want to put your application, you can go there and install an application in your server, and people within that network can use it. You understand me? That kind of infrastructure is called on-prem. Are you getting me? Because it's a physical infrastructure where you go there, you upload, you configure your data, your IT. You cannot access it any on the internet. It's not for everybody. It's just for the company by itself. So this is what formed the basis of data center. So a data of a cloud infrastructure. So cloud infrastructure is mostly accessing this equipment using the internet. So when you use your internet to access this equipment, then you are already talking about cloud, especially if this equipment is open for everybody to use. Everybody, for example, the one I posted here now is a private cloud, it's a private on-prem, meaning it's only for the companies and for only those that have registered with them. But there are some data centers that anybody can use. Are you getting me? Those things, those are what we call cloud, public cloud infrastructure. You understand me? So meaning anybody can use it. So this is what, when you connect all these machines that are connected together that you can access anywhere. You understand me? When you can access them anywhere, they are available for you to use based on the way you want it. You understand me? So this is what formed the cloud that we're talking about. So cloud is not really like the sky that you go there and plug something. It's like is equipment like this that are being placed in different locations that are being linked together with a network provided for you to be able to use anytime you like if you are with your internet. So because we use internet to access equipment like this, because of the internet in accessing this equipment, that's why they just call it cloud computing. So cloud is not like the first man that was standing there with a laptop. You know what I mean? It's actually an infrastructure like this somewhere that we all want to use. You understand me?